No, get out of here.
That's
That's okay. That's okay.
Good afternoon. This is Deb Amlen for the New York Times, and welcome back to Heroes, Comedy Heroes.
Absolutely.
Here's how magicians talk.
Wow.
That's what we're
Even
doing.
one of those, Elaine. Stay over.
We are going to be feeding Sam sugar and see how much it actually takes for him to lose his ability to solve. Right? This is science. We're doing this for science, Sam. Good afternoon. This is Deb Amlen for the New York Times, and welcome to Crosswords Live. You'll note that I did not say welcome back to Crosswords Live, even though we're here every Thursday, because we wanted to welcome our new Twitch viewers. We are on Twitch. Yes, we are on Twitch, and I hope you will help us celebrate by welcoming us to the previous decade. We're caught up. And we are now not just simulcasting, we are trimulcasting. I made that word up just for the occasion on Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. So watch us wherever you want, solve the puzzle however you want. I want to thank our new producer, Isaac Arano, for getting us on Twitch successfully and melding all of the streams together. So thank you, and please give a big warm welcome to Isaac Arano.
Woo!
Hi, everybody. I'm the disembodied voice of God, but I'm happy to be here, and hopefully you enjoy.
There you go. Thank you for this, Isaac. And as always, I wanted to welcome my solving buddy, Sam Ezersky. How you doing, Sam?
Good to be back, Deb. That must have been confusing because I feel like we're the only ones who can hear Isaac here and nobody else can. So was that just like a 5-second pause?
I think Isaac's mic was on for that.
Okay, fair enough. I'll never know.
Right. We have a bunch of people watching us today, and I wanted to welcome everybody. Neville Fogarty is here on Twitch.
Hey, let's go. Neville's got next Thursday's puzzle.
Oh, awesome. I'm so glad to have you back in the rotation, Neville. Insta Brucery likes the graphic. Thank you. If you're talking about the animated graphic, I want to give a shout out to Elena Zausa in Italy, who did the animation and the graphic for us. Kevin's heart is loving the intro, and Blonde Medicine says, welcome to the previous decade. So absolutely, we are
Good
here.
to be back in high school. Let me tell you.
Yes. Well, listen, I'm just happy to be online, you know. That's a lot of people are joining us. Welcome, everybody. Sam, we have a really, really terrific puzzle today for a lot of reasons.
A little dusty in here.
It's a little dusty in here. If you've been following the commentary on Wordplay or on Twitter, you'll know there's an interesting story behind today's puzzle. The constructor is making his debut in the New York Times. His name is Derek J. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Angell. It's spelled Angell. I'm going to say Angell. And Derek's there with us. Derek,
hey, excellent.
Angell or Angel? Let us know. We are very honored to do this puzzle, not just because it was a terrific Thursday puzzle, but also he says the second L is silent. Thank you for that.
Perfect. That's easy.
Today's puzzle is a shout out to a couple of things that mean a lot to Derek. I'm not going to give away the first one, but if you read the notes, the constructor notes on Wordplay today, you know that Mr. Angell did this as a thank you to his mother, who is currently battling cancer. And I think that it's very important to note, and this is what I said in Wordplay today, that to many, many people, crossword puzzles, and indeed any kind of puzzles and games, are not just two-dimensional tests of what you know. They look clinical, they look difficult. But if you scratch below the surface of these black and white grids, what you see are stories about people's lives, closeness, tenuous relationships that might have been strengthened by doing a puzzle together, love, humanity. Most people who pick up puzzles do so because they've seen people that they love solve, and that they were invited to solve as a way of spending time together. I'm getting a little choked up. A way of spending time together with somebody that they love. So that's something that we try to bring out a lot on Wordplay, because I think that the clinical look of the crossword is part of what intimidates people. But we know that a lot of people do we know that a lot of people do the crossword with family members, whether they're close or far away. And so we just wanted to thank you, Mr. Angell, and your mom for reminding us that it's always better when you solve together.
It is always better when you solve together. So you ready to solve this thing together, Deb?
I am.
Solvers, are you ready to solve
Before
this
we get
thing
started, though,
together?
I just want to wish
Yeah, take
Mr.
it away.
Angell's mom well.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I hope that she gets to see this and the shout out to us. So
I hope she got to see the byline. I know that was a surprise too. I feel
she
like it
did.
was-
Yes, she did. In fact, I heard from Mr. Angell today, and he said that some of her friends alerted her to this, and they didn't even know that there was a crossword blogosphere or anything like that. And they are so proud of him, as they should be.
As they should be.
Having a byline in the New York Times is a very, very cool thing. And he says she did. Her friends called her before I woke up. Sorry, they beat you to the punch, Derek. All right. Let's get started. For those of you who are tuning in for the first time on Twitch, you know that we encourage participation.
Please, we do not just want to be talking to ourselves.
No,
that will not end well.
Yes, we want you to help solve with us. So please put your guesses in the comment box, and please remember to include the number and whether it's across or down, just so we know which entry you're talking about. Now, Sam, we always start in the same place, right? And it's not one across.
It's not one across. I think I have a pretty good idea of one across, but we always start with our gimmies, right? Like,
I do. Yeah.
No matter what, Monday puzzle, Thursday puzzle, diabolical Saturday puzzle, which you should solve this week.
It has another very special byline. Some guy called Sam Ezersky.
But that's beside the point here.
Yeah.
But thank you, Deb. There's always something in this puzzle. I promise you. Don't be scared. Solve together. Use other brains beside your own. Deb and I, we almost make one good brain when we solve these things.
That's a prominent thing to say. We play a game here. For those of you who are just tuning in, we play a game inspired by our alert reader, Kathy Odahan, called Cromulent Bingo. And we basically just see how many times we can work the word cromulent into our conversation.
Naturally, of course.
Yes.
But anyway, I don't know, Deb. You know where I'm gonna go here. Today. I watched the NBA draft last night. I'm a huge Knicks fan. We finally made the right move. And alas, unfortunately for me, the 76ers had a very excellent draft pick, Tyrese Maxey from Kentucky. That's beside the point. I know that on scoreboards, they are PHI for Philadelphia. So just like that, we've got 3 letters in place. And we can expand our toeholds to some.
We're in
a trickier fill in the blank than most. Actually, I would have put in as a in this answer if I didn't have the P there in place.
It just goes to show you, you can show a crossword clue to 10 people, and you'll probably get, well, if not 10 answers, quite a few. I got por favor right away.
Oh, excellent. Okay, perfect. Well, I'm glad we're working together here. Whew.
Philadelphia.
Yeah.
We have a couple of guesses here.
Please, we need guesses. Don't let me do this on my own.
We love getting help from you guys. Kay Heidemann says 44 down is Osh, as in Oshkosh Bagosh.
Excellent. Also a great place to start. No matter what puzzle, there's going to be some fill in the blanks in the puzzle. you're bound to know one or two of these just right off the bat because your mind just completes it. Again, no
Yes.
matter what day of the week it is.
Speaking of minds completing things, just to date myself, where is somewhere down there? Oh, 46 across.
There we go. I had a
You knew
feeling.
exactly what I was going to say, didn't you?
I did.
You
But that's
did.
because it was another fill in the blank. We're not talking about
Yes,
age
I
here.
know, but just because I'm old doesn't mean that I can't get some of the newer ones. REO Speedwagon, which was a band I listened to, eons ago.
Yeah. Well, before me, but I would have thrown that one in too, and I don't think that's just because I've solved a lot of puzzles or edited a lot of puzzles for that matter. So I don't know.
Right. Okay. Well, that's fair.
Makes sense.
Jean Marie Mirabella says PSA, SAP, and SPA were gimmies for me. Where is ASP?
I like that.
You left out. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to get to work on that, Derek.
ASP may be in a puzzle later this week.
I hope so. Kevin Hart says 8 down is ISBNs.
Excellent. Amazon IDs, that gives you an indication that it might be a shortening. Plural in the clue means the answer is plural. So excellent.
Right.
That'll help us. A nice consonant mashup.
People think that the clues are fairly opaque, but you actually have 2 specific directions in that clue. You have a shortening of identification to IDs, which is part of our matching rule, which is abbreviation in the clue means abbreviation in the answer.
Yes.
And then we also have a plural in the clue means a plural in the answer. Not always, but 99% of the time, I would say that's right.
I mean, that's all crosswords are. We're not trying to say, hey, how much do you know in order to complete this puzzle? It's just about following those clues, learning picking up on what they're telling you to do.
Right. And so we have Claire Rafus is with us today and says 7 down is HGTV.
Love it or list it channel. Awesome.
There you go.
That H there confirms that that's got to be right. Should we try 13 across? Ooh. They turn on machines. Oh, I like this clue a lot.
That was a great clue. We have a lot of people who are contributing answers, but let's just take a moment with this one. Now,
toggles, switches.
On Thursday, you can expect a lot of playing around with words in the clues. And some people might say that clue is telling them, I'm looking for something that actually turns a machine on, like a flip, an on switch. But that's not where this clue is going today, is it, Sam?
No, it is not. As a matter of fact, you shouldn't even read the phrase turn on in a different sense. You should read this as they turn on
machines. And the answer is cogs.
That is cogs. That's excellent.
Evil.
How about this? Aesthete's collection, maybe. Blank RT. This is one, don't be scared because it's an 8-letter answer. We have enough letters to at least work part of this clue out right off the bat. Let's think, perhaps this isn't some one-word answer here, and that's some weird consonant mashup. It's going to be art something, right?
Right.
Just piece it together.
And I think that's probably going to be art books, because if I were an aesthete and not so tacky, I'd probably collect art books too.
Yes. Now, how about
can we give a couple of answers, because people are rocking and rolling on this.
Please, don't leave it to me.
No problem. Blonde Medicine and Krishna Sankar both say 1 across is bliss.
That's what I was thinking. Ignorance, perhaps,
absolutely,
is bliss.
But it's a great way to open the puzzle.
Yeah.
We've got Bruce Giordano, who says 47 down is opine.
Thank goodness we have the O from REO. That gives us a kernel to offer a thought, which is opine. Excellent.
And Marilyn Johnson is with us and says 60 across is obi.
Geisha's accessory is an obi. Yes, indeed. Yep. New clue for obi. We see that clue in a bunch of different ways.
Seaberto had first thought that 13 across was dogs.
Oh, yeah?
I could train my dogs to turn on.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It doesn't. And then realized that it was cogs. And Insta Brucery says, I like the dog suggestion better.
Let's see. Where else should we go, Deb? Any other guesses coming in?
Well, yeah. Valeria Silvestri
Welcome
had
back.
the art part, and then Blonde Medicine agrees on art books.
Excellent.
Bruce Giordano says 11 down over on the right is pest.
Roach or termite is a pest. I like that. We
Absolutely.
checked the K with 10 down. Egyptian key of life. Wasn't this in
We
last
had this-
Thursday's puzzle?
We did this last week. The
Yeah.
answer is an Ankh.
Is Ankh. I like that it's a totally different clue too.
Yeah.
We're doing whatever we can to keep these puzzles fresh for you.
And
Wow,
bless
not throwing it
you
too much.
people.
What's that?
Bless you for doing that.
Yeah.
Valeria Silvestri is guessing Johnny Depp, but we appreciate it if you put the number in the clue in your guesses, just so we know where you are, Valeria.
It is 37 down for this.
Ah,
one.
got
Johnny
it.
made his film debut in A Nightmare on Elm Street. That is correct.
That's right.
Check D is the second letter here. Peaceful rustic scene.
Claire Rafus says 17 down is on stilts.
Like many homes
Rustic.
along bayous. Ooh, way to parse that one. That's not an easy answer.
Yeah.
That's a fresh answer too. Well done for
It is.
thinking of that one, Derek. That was not easy.
It was. Well, it wasn't me, but like we have Claire Rafus to thank for that. And Neville says I wanted 53 down to be Roll Tide.
Oh goodness. Nah, come on.
Now, Kathy Odahan is starting to get the idea that there might be something a little funny about this puzzle.
Yeah, wait, what the heck's 20 across? Why haven't we gotten to this yet?
That's,
BNN blank HT. That's
And look at
nonsense.
that.
We have something wrong.
we have not only that, but we have some highlighted entries.
Co-host of 55 Across. Well, should we check out 55 Across? It debuted
Connect.
on January 6th. I don't know. I wasn't around then. I'm going to curl up in a corner. That's the only way I can solve this one.
Now,
I'm no help.
I think a couple of people are saying, and this was an excellent guess, Marilyn, but because it is kind of an accessory, people are starting to rethink the OB.
Oh, yeah?
And I think that we should probably confirm that by a crosser, Sam.
Let's confirm that with a crosser. I like that. People who are tight in modern lingo. Modern lingo. That could be. That's a nice
How about the
variation.
next one?
Blank tie. Roll. No, it's probably neap tied. If it's
I
four
think
letters.
so.
Let's
I
try
think
neap
so.
tied. Maybe we should check that P there. Upscale hotel amenity. Well, that's who was saying earlier that spa was in the puzzle. That's got to be spa,
Yeah,
right?
that's got to be spa.
So what is our accessory here we're looking for?
I don't know, but I think that a lot of people are guessing fan.
That's a good one. And you know what that F is going to give us at 52 down? People who are tight
What?
in modern lingo. We're talking really, really, really tight. We're talking
I
your
just had an
BFFs.
aha moment.
Oh, you had an aha moment. What's your
Yeah.
aha moment?
Me and Blonde Medicine, or Blonde Medicine and I just had a whatever. I just heard my mother come out of my mouth. Said that the answer is BFFs.
Boom. Well, there you go. Really, really, really tight. They're super tight. My BFF Joe, my BFF forever.
Exactly.
BFFL, my biffle. Not completely crazy is a plan. 8 letters, that's kind of tough.
Let's
E.
see.
No blank can live forever.
Love this clue. I first put in no one can live forever, but I really don't think that's what Dr. King said. Even if it is true, I think it's no lie can live forever.
No lie can live forever.
That's a
profound. It leaves you thinking after the puzzle, huh?
Right. A lot of people are guessing feasible for 57 across.
Feasible, not completely crazy as a plan, as this puzzle's theme. This puzzle's theme is feasible to pull off.
Crazy, but it just might work.
It just might work, Doc.
So now Instabrucery and Marilyn Johnson are catching up on lie. There might be a little bit of a lag here, so please forgive us if we don't call on you right away.
We'll slow it down. Sounds good.
Okay. And Neville Fogarty says S makes sense at the end of 52 down.
Yep, because they are people, so it's going to be the plural.
That's right.
So that's right. That's one way you can piece together this answer for sure. Let's see.
Lori says 62 across is estado.
Tabasco in Mexico. Now, we know that the answer to this clue is in Spanish because part of the clue is written in Spanish. You see the accent over Mexico there. It's N,
Now,
not in.
it could be salsa.
Perhaps.
It could be. I tend to associate everything with food. That's just me.
This is true, but fortunately, there is no ambiguity here because it's 6 letters and not 5. So we know we're talking about the state in Mexico.
That's right. And again, another matching rule.
Exactly.
Another language besides English in the clue, another language besides English in the answer. And hopefully the same language. We've
got.
And let's see. Bruce Giordano and Lori say 61 across his nail.
61 across his nail. Ooh, that's a Thursday-ish clue.
Right?
You have to figure out that.
Nail it. Very good.
Yeah, ace. Ace is the verb there, and so nail is the verb as well. You aced it. You nailed it, Lori and Bruce. Well done.
You did. Nope, it's not a playing card. Now, you know what, Sam? That long down in the middle of the puzzle is just piquing my interest.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's take a peek at it for the sake of your interest. What you might cry when trying to answer these 6-starred clues with a question mark at the end. Well, what are these 6-starred clues again? Oh, creator of 55 across, co-host of 55 across, debuted, this, bad place to land, group of 6 given for free. Ooh.
And all of those clues I noticed are starred. For those of you who are not advanced solvers, that must mean that it's part of the theme, and that's also why the New York Times app and web game highlight them for you.
Yes.
Now, Lori is saying, where are the vowels?
Gosh. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of wondering the same thing. What is V? Like, I saw VN and then a bunch of blanks and was like, okay, it's got to be V-Nex.
That's got to be one hell of a name there.
That's one heck of a name.
It is. Exhibit says 49 down is raspy. We're going to explain what's going on here, but we're going to string you guys out a little bit longer, even though I think you're starting to guess it.
So I like that guess for raspy, but this is a good teachable moment. This is it's super in the ballpark, and we have to make guesses in order to, we can't get anywhere in the puzzle without making guesses. And notice
raspy would fit if we didn't have that A there.
I was gonna say raspy would fit, but notice that this clue it's a verb phrase, to speak with a deep hoarse voice, whereas raspy would be an adjective there, so it doesn't quite fit that clue. We need to look for a verb that means to speak with a deep, hoarse voice. Still super close. I'm glad you made that guess, because
absolutely
can't get anywhere without making guesses here, right?
What we could do, and the best part of making guesses, especially if you're in the web game or the app, or even if you're solving in print, that's what the eraser is for. Yeah. And that's what the backspace
delete key. For. Thank goodness we have that delete
do it
key.
Again. As you know, we like to say, it's your puzzle. Solve it any way you want. And we'll get into more of that another time. But right now, C. Butko said 43 is upvotes.
Yes, I was highlighting that one earlier. That's a nice, fresh answer in a puzzle.
That is really terrific.
I think that's the first time it's ever appeared. Upvotes.
And I like how Insta Brucery says, nice one, C. Butko. I love our solvers. I love how they encourage each other.
There we go.
That, yeah. I think that, this is a terrific thing about our community, about the puzzle community. Again, you solve a puzzle very clinically, but one thing that you shouldn't forget is there were people behind this. People behind the making of it, people behind the editing of it, people behind those who write about it, and people behind the solving, and, helping each other and being out there for each other is a really, really neat thing and a great part of our community. So good for you guys for that.
Exactly.
Bruce Giordano says 56 down is feta. Feta cheese.
Well, we've got cheese and then it's blank, blank, T blank. So, and it's not Edam because the T is already there. So
right. We had a little bit of an argument about that on wordplay, about whether
No, I
feta
saw.
really belongs in moussaka. I'll tell you, if you're Greek or you're of Greek heritage, please go and weigh in. I love a good fight.
Yeah, my personal stance on this is the very non-purist stance, so it should not be used to evaluate this clue, but is that cheese makes almost everything taste better. So I would
Right.
personally add feta myself. But that's my defense of the clue.
That's fine. Feta is good in pretty much anything.
Yeah. Except like hot chocolate. I wouldn't add it in hot chocolate.
Okay, so Kay Heidemann says 50 is study. I don't know if that's across or down.
Room across. Oh, this would have been a gimme for me. I can't believe we even had a letter. Room.
That is a really nice
on
clue.
a clue board is the study. Indeed, it was Plum in the study with the candlestick.
There you
well
go.
done. I like that study's in the corner too, because it's a corner room on a clue board. That's fun. Sorry, I'll stop nerding out.
Peter Biddlecombe says the eraser and the pencil mode.
Yeah, we like that pencil mode.
It's lovely to see you, Peter. For those of you who don't know, Peter Biddlecombe is the editor of, I believe, the Sunday Times of London crossword. So he's a visitor from across the pond. It's nice to see you here, Peter.
Welcome, welcome.
Blonde Medicine says 48 across is posit. I love that word.
Nice. Put forward is to posit an idea, an opinion, to opine. How about this? Aquarium denizen. What lives in aquaria, Deb?
Fish.
Fish? So wait, how about this? Maybe we should piece this one together. Because this looks like...
Little pottery caves?
Yes, the nice rock caves, indeed.
Yeah.
Betta fish. Cichlids, which I included in spelling bee, and that confused people.
Right.
But we're just looking for pet fish here. Wow, we're halfway done. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Pet fish. That's a fresh answer too. I think Derek came up with that one in this nice rendition of this corner, and I love pet fish. Up there, study with its fun clue. A fun word like 65 across, which we'll get to. This is a really fun area of the puzzle, y'all.
I like that last cross clue. I think that's going to be shady.
Shady. It could be shady, but guess what, Deb?
It's not.
It's not shady. We're one letter off, but I'm going to leave that square blank.
Man. I'm sorry.
No, go for it. Go for it.
Okay. Nancy Burke Osborne says 3 down. If you want to hop up to the top, says I dig.
I dig. Understand, man. Cool cat. Indeed.
Here's another great solving clue. If it's in quotes and it's not a title, it's a verbalization, and a verbalization in the clue means you have to have a verbalization in the answer.
Exactly.
So, yes. So if the clue is something you would say out loud, like understood, man, the answer has to be something you would say out loud, like I dig. Right? You dig that, Sam?
I dig, Deb. I do dig. I do declare. How about this? File accompanying many a download.
Okay, now I have a question for you.
I saw your question on Tuesday.
I go back a little further than you do, Sam. Just a little bit. I can remember when all files had README. All downloads had README files. Do they still do that?
Unsure, because I have a Mac, and usually the README files are .exe extensions, which I believe are for PC only. I could be. This is why I'm in crosswords and not tech.
Isaac is nodding yes, so I will go with that because he's the expert.
I got a README. I downloaded something last night and got a README with it.
The READMEs are still around, but I usually don't read them, even though they say README.
Nobody does.
Well, it's like the people who don't read the manuals.
Yeah.
Or my column, and then we'll complain that something hasn't.
Hey, all right, and we digress.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let's. I don't want to get too bitter here.
Let's talk about our baby bugs.
What?
Let's talk about our baby bugs.
Oh, cute. That's gotta be larva.
Until they're icky. That is larva. What is this? Blank VG. There's so many weird. letter blends here. Blank the FF
Wow.
debuted on, and we still, this is absolutely baffling to me. I've made crosswords for years. I've edited crosswords for a few. I've never ever seen a real cromulent normal word answer that fits the pattern VNN blank HT. I think something has to be up.
Something's up. You know what? I will bet. I am about to write a strongly worded letter to you and the other editors.
Can you can just write Will. Leave me off it.
Okay. I'm going to write to Will and just tell him there's something wrong with this puzzle.
There's something
I want my money back.
With the puzzle. Should we cry something when trying to answer these things?
Sure. How about
Wait, Deb, you know what? That you saying which I personally in my mind associated with all vowels, just A, and was just spelled with a bunch of H's, reminded me to earlier when we were talking about how there are no vowels in any of these. I wonder if this is something to do with filling in vowels here.
You might be right.
We're missing vowels here.
We have Lori agrees. The end of 13 down is vowel.
Okay, excellent.
So, it may be right. Matt J. Puzzle Guy says, hey-oh. So, hey there, Matt.
Hey, Matt.
Veronica
is that Matt Jones? I think that's Matt Jones. Hey, Matt.
Matt Jones. Oh, hey, Matt.
If that is indeed you, Matt. Whoever Matt that is, hello. We're saying hello from Crosswords. But
Veronica SH says 29 is yank, which I loved this clue, by the way. Jerk move. That was a jerk move on the part of either Mr. Angell or the editors, that clue.
Yes. That's
a jerk move is something lousy somebody does, but with that question mark there, we're talking about a move that someone makes that is jerky, and the answer is yank.
I could go for some jerky right now.
Yeah.
Lots too much food in the crossword. What about ship shape? That's a fun word, and that Y might be just enough to give us tidy for there.
I think you're probably right. Now, Kevin Hart already has 28 down because he's played this so many times at weddings. He says that the key of Pachelbel's canon, and I can only imagine because how many people have that as, aisle walking music, is D major.
Is D major. For some people, that's actually a gimme. You music-y folk, you can just hear it in your head and go, okay, and I know how to write it, and it's in its abbreviated form. You notice that abbreviation, ABBR period in the clue. So the answer is going to be a shortening as well, right? Again, just follow what the clues are telling you to do. Now, one standout clue, Deb, I just want to direct our attention to. I'm sure there are comments coming in, but I think we should start to chew on this apt anagram of Winter's O's, which frankly I think is just brilliant.
You're going to, on top of everything else, you're going to ask us to anagram?
I mean, come on. Maybe we can piece together some more letters, but I wanted us to chew on this one. I don't know.
Well, you know what? I have absolutely no inclination to chew on snow tires, Sam.
Okay. I guess you shouldn't, especially if they're covered in road salt. But if you say so, the answer is snow tires? That's a nice find. I mean, look what that gives us. That gives us
winter O's, because tires are O-shaped. I think that's really cool.
North-northeast, sap, SST, one of my least favorite answers in crosswords, but that's okay. It's perfectly cromulent. And then, that leaves us with Vunawut and Pitsajuk, which I like to think.
You know what?
What's going on?
Our viewers are getting it. They've got this already. I think we should sort of fill in some of the stuff they're saying.
Well, it's going to cost you.
It really?
It's going to
buy it now?
You're going to only if you're not bankrupt.
Okay. Well, I had a prediction today that everyone who writes about the New York Times crossword, because there's, wordplay and Amy Ronaldo and Rex Parker. I said we were all going to start with the same joke, which was you're going to need to buy a vowel to solve Derek Angell's puzzle. I haven't read them yet. I don't know if I was right or not, but I did.
Well, in that case, Are we
So
putting the, would you like to solve the puzzle, Deb?
I think it says, can I buy a vowel? And so does just about everybody else who's watching.
Thanks, just about everybody.
I nearly
Sam,
made it
you
the
get
title
us
of the
here.
stream. Yeah.
Yeah. No spoilers, Isaac. And so now we have now if you're buying a vowel, you might be able to restore 20 across
It's 20 across.
her proper name, which is Vanna White.
Vanna. Oh, so we'll need to buy multiple vowels, but that's okay.
That's
Vanna
right.
White. So that gives us. So Putsajic isn't somebody I haven't heard of. It's Pat Sajak.
That's
So,
it. As soon as you said Sujic, I knew who it was.
I'm happy to help with my
Yes,
phonetics.
absolutely. Now that means that 55 across is the show that they are on, which debuted apparently. I'm
45 years ago.
45
Crazy.
years ago. Thank you, Sam.
Gosh.
I knew I'd figure it out. Is Wheel of Fortune, but we don't have enough room to write that in.
I'm gonna wait for some solvers to tell us exactly how to enter that, because off the top of my head, I'm not good at removing vowels. I just solve crosswords, you know?
Right. I don't either. Now, N. Fogarty is still stuck on Pit Sajak and says, "What fresh heck is this?" Thank you for not ruining our rating, N. Fogarty. People are having a lot of fun with this. Marilyn Johnson says, could be Merv Griffin without the vowels.
Oh, wait. So that's the creator.
Yes.
So, okay, I can at least do MRV.
Now, it's interesting because I remember Merv Griffin as a talk show host. And before that, apparently he was a singer and he did a couple of movies and stuff. But I knew him primarily as the talk show host that he had, when I was a kid. But apparently he went on to create and produce a lot of game shows, including something that didn't live very long, but it was called Merv Griffin's Crosswords. Yeah.
Indeed. I learned that from crosswords, but that's okay.
Right. So let's fill in the rest of Merv Griffin.
Oh, this is going to be the most fun to say because it still sounds like you're actually trying to save his game. Merv Griffin.
Right.
There you go.
And Kathy Odahan is asking us to spin the wheel.
Oh, I don't want to lose a turn.
That's right. Now, that means that 55 across has to be Wheel of Fortune, but without the vowel. Lori says, I think it's pronounced Wolferton.
Wolferton. I like that better. That's way better than my rendition. Thank you, Lori.
Okay, look at this. We have figured it out. Let's bring this home, you guys. C. Butko says 5 down is selfie, which is
that's the best clue in the puzzle.
Clue. It really
is.
It's
within your reach.
Now, we think within your reach means something that you are capable of doing, but a selfie is literally a shot that is within your reach.
Unless you've got one of those timed cameras, you set it on your desk and then you step way back. But
yeah,
this worked good enough for a question mark clip.
Kevin Hart agrees with that.
Excellent. Thank you, Kevin.
Lori thinks that 4 down is smarten.
Smarten up. And the way you read these clues is that up in parens, you're supposed to attach it both to this part of the clue and to the answer for it to make sense. You spruce up something, you smarten up something.
Which is great. Marilyn Johnson says she thinks Merv also created Jeopardy, which is very close to our hearts in the puzzle world. And again, we miss
Alex. You, Alex.
Very, very much. We wrote a bit of a tribute to him on one of the wordplay columns shortly after he died, the night after he died. Photo from a drone. That's an interesting one.
Oh, I like this, especially because it's clued as a noun. That's tough.
Yeah.
But that's going to be aerial.
Right.
And so how about this, Deb? 1 down. Round things?
Love that. Beers. Because they're not round, but they are things you might buy if you're buying around.
If you are buying around, you're buying a round of beers.
Watch out. Yeah, watch out for those. Oh boy, I keep getting.
We don't want to upgrade.
It's that time again. So ADA compliance option. Now, this is
I
not the
really liked
American
this
Dental
clip.
Association, right? This is
Correct.
the Americans with Disabilities Act, and the answer has to be ramp.
That's going to be ramp. We've never used that clue before. I appreciated seeing it.
It was really
And
nice.
then-
And Bruce Giordano agrees that 21 across is PSA.
Indeed. Mad ad. I like little rhymes and alliteration and clues. It just makes the
I
puzzle
do
more
too.
bouncy, you know, even if it's easy. Mad
Yeah.
ad.
Kevin
Indeed.
Hart, yeah, Blonde Medicine agrees with Ariel. Bruce Giordano agrees with PSA. Lori agrees with Ariel. Blonde Medicine says one down is a great clue.
Yeah. We liked that one.
Kevin Hart is saying, I know, they really want us to update.
No way.
30 across, RSTLN.
Oh no, that's the group of 6 given for free. That's so meta because like that
there's
doesn't
no
actually
there's
spell
no
anything.
E there because there's no vowels. I love that.
We couldn't tell if this was like too clever by half or like a fun twist, but the verdict for sure fell on the latter. It's just so meta. RSTLNE. Well, that one I can't pronounce in a phone. I'll try a Ruslan. There you go.
Claire Rafa says 25 down is sleepers. That's a
Some
great
accommodations on long distance trains. I like that. How about this?
City that rhymes with Roseanne on a #1 George Strait country hit. Oh, well, that's got to be Texarkana. That's the only thing I can think of that would fit there. And that is such a crunchy answer.
That is such a crunchy answer and a scrabbly answer, too. Crazy. I was thinking Rosanna by Toto, and that took me down different.
Now, look at this. We have a little more theme material there, Sam, at 52 across.
Oh!
Wah,
Bad place to
wah.
land.
Now, Insta Brucery is saying maybe some folks here have never experienced a completely vowelless puzzle. They're tricky, but I love them. Maybe there are some in the print New York Times puzzles section. I love them too, Insta Brucery. And yes, there have been. I believe they're mostly published as variety puzzles. Am I right, Sam?
Yep, we would only publish them as variety, but God forbid.
But yeah, I'm sorry.
No, go for it. Take it away.
The variety puzzles are the puzzles that come out on Sundays in addition to the big magazine New York Times Sunday Puzzle. You can do them online as well. And I think if you go to the New York Times, puzzle page and you look in the archives, which is under the hamburger in the upper left, those 3 lines, there should be a tab for variety puzzles. If you click on that, you should be able to find something like that.
Yeah.
Now, Winna Lou is with us, and
Winna come on by.
Joined us as another associate editor on puzzles, and she says, for an excellent intro to Merv Griffin's crosswords, look no further than this clip, and she's providing us with a YouTube clip in the comments.
Oh, excellent.
Brandon Montville says, every day I'm rustling.
Thank you. Those were the groaners I needed.
That's right. Yeah. If you're going to come here, you got to come bearing dad jokes.
Exactly. Winna, thanks for popping by. Guys, Win and I are going to edit a puzzle later. So we're going to cook up some fun Saturday, please.
Okay. Says 31 down is spin ?
What's that popular game show? You think?
I don't know. Were we talking about that just before?
We'll need to spin the wheel.
I think so.
Oh gosh.
And Fogarty says, I wish y'all published more variety puzzles. Take my money. Tell your friends and Fogarty, because we would love for people to do more of the variety puzzles. People tend to overlook them for the daily puzzles, and I don't know why. There's such a nice palate cleanser.
Hey, and Fogarty, we love your cryptic puzzles, man.
Yes.
Keep them coming, all right? Please.
We have a couple of people, including people before this, who thought it was 45 down was a very cute clue.
Oh, goodness. Little waves in Spain. You think
Now,
it's going to be the Spanish word for little waves, except
right, which I don't know. I mean, I know that, water, I know water and I know sea, but these little waves are the tilde symbol.
Yep. Trickery. We
Trickery.
almost could have put a question mark on that, but that would have
Now,
given it away,
you were just at 35 across, and
I
Blind
was.
Medicine has the answer. It's epee, something
Oh
there's
my
almost
gosh.
no point to. Now, that is an excellent clue.
It's a hard one.
Just because I've been doing this for so long, I automatically knew that that question mark was telling me that we were not talking about something that has no point. We were talking about something that that there's no point to doing something. We were talking about something that has no point, that's almost worn down and stubby like a pencil.
Exactly. Except this is a bit sharper than a pencil. This is
Yeah.
going to be your fencing weapon.
It
Your
is, and the
epee.
reason there's almost no point to it is because I believe there's a little ball on the end to prevent the tip from going right through your opponent, say.
How about this? Oh, this one's sportsy. You almost could have put in,
Uh,
informally or so to speak. But zebras are
tricky one.
refs out in
Yep,
the field.
yep.
That
Look,
gives us snap.
yeah,
And
Bruce Giordano agrees with you. Marilyn Johnson says 42 across his snap. Oh, you just got that one.
Yep.
And Kevin Hart has guessed that 49 down is croak.
That's what we were looking for with the speak with a deep,
That's the
hoarse
one.
voice.
The first one was a great guess. We just had to work out what the other letters were around that A in Estado.
So we have, by my count, we've got, what's that, 14 squares left. So let's bring it on home. We would like to solve
Crush
the
this.
puzzle.
That's right. Help us crush this, guys. We can't stop now. No,
Nope.
can't stop, won't stop. All right, we've got Bruce Giordano, who says 30 down, whoopsie, is refs. We just got that.
Got that.
Marilyn Johnson says 39 across is mix, although I think that you meant fix for
Yes.
that, but that's
Like in the
okay.
French phrase.
And 30, she also says 36 across is ideal, which
There
is
we go.
nice
That's our
awkward answer.
scene. Ideals of the king.
Yep.
Let's knock out this one pesky square down here. We know a 4. This shows up all the time in crosswords.
Well, I think, if I had been, doing this a 4, I would have written air.
You would have written air, but of course. Yeah. And one way to the top is the T-bar on your ski lift.
Right. Valeria Silvestri says 49 across is CSI, which is very helpful for that little corner.
CSI in Las Vegas. And then nuts about 51 down, crossing fade as a fad at 59 across.
That's got to be die out and into.
Die out and into.
Yep, a lot of people are agreeing with die out and into and CSI and ideal. And look at this, we boxed ourselves into the center.
I really like the look of this center, by the way. It's just somehow just very aesthetic.
I love the hook or hands grasping each other in the black squares. That's a very cool design.
There's even cool interlock with Merv Griffin and Wolf crossing. Can I buy a vowel so perfect?
Very elegant. Very elegant. All right, so commercial ploy.
That's a tie-in. There we go.
Okay. I'm into next week already. I forgot.
Fair enough. Now, how about, let's see, actor McDonough and blank.
I have to look. I will admit something, and this may be a bit of a anathema to a lot of people, but I had to look this one up.
Hey, that's okay.
That's
just fine.
It's my puzzle. I'll solve it however I want. And you know what? It doesn't make me a cheater either, because now I know who Neil McDonough is.
Excellent. You learn something new. That's one of the best things from solving these puzzles. You learn something new that you get to tuck away in your mind for the next crossword, your friends, yourself, who knows. But
okay. Now, we have Bruce Giordano has guessed at 26 across.
25? The groundwork of a plant
there
manager?
You go.
Oh, this is such a runner.
Love that. A plant manager is someone who runs a factory or a plant. But if you are also a plant manager who does groundwork, which is great because there's two different clues in that clue, you are taking care of a seed bed.
You are. That gives us Fed, gave to his answers a fun Thursday-ish angle.
And
Now,
Valeria Silvestri says 33 across is UAE, United Arab Emirates.
now that's one, fortunately, even if you didn't know that the UAE has no rivers anywhere in the country, if you have UA blank, you can figure out what that is.
Absolutely.
That's the best part about having crossers.
One square. Triton's domain in Greek myth, that's got to be the sea. ISU. And look at that. We solved
the puzzle.
We solved it. We did it. And we crushed it with everybody's help.
We did. That's the best part.
It really is. And do you want to very briefly take us through the theme again, Sam?
I'm glad you're leaving it to me just so I can pronounce these all again. What you might cry when trying to answer the 6 starred clues, this is a Wheel of Fortune themed puzzle if you are just joining us. Even a little Easter egg with spin right there, the turn in the popular game show. Can I buy a vowel? In order to complete these 6 starred answers, we need to add vowels to them for them to make sense. It debuted on January 6, 1975, almost 46 years ago, is the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. We've got our bankrupt, bad place to land. We've got our Rustlin, I'm kidding, that's RSTLNE, for our group of 6 given for free in the bonus round. The co-hosts of 55 Across are Pro Soldier and Runawart, and the creator, of course, was our guy, Griffin.
That's right.
Fun puzzle.
Unbelievable.
Excellent puzzle.
Unbelievable.
Excellent debut by Derek.
I was just going to say, especially I really admire people who debut on a Thursday. I'm a little bit jealous, I have to say. We are getting so many people, and Fogarty says, go team. And that's what we are. We're a team. Indeed. It's terrific to be able to do this with all of you. And we hope you will come and join us every Thursday. Next week, well, is it next week?
We won't be on next Thursday, but we should.
Oh, that's right.
And Fogarty, who's with us right now, wrote next Thursday's puzzle. So don't let a lack of crosswords live on Thanksgiving Day stop you from solving this excellent, totally different looking at a glance Thursday puzzle. That's my little teaser for you.
Okay, that's great. Well, yes, and I need Sam to tell me when my holidays are, otherwise I keep working.
We keep working, indeed.
We have next Thursday off. We want to wish you a very happy Thanksgiving or whatever it is you celebrate.
Be safe, please.
Yes, please be safe. And we are happy to be back the following Thursday with author and New York Times opinion columnist Jennifer Finney Boylan. Who is coming with her wife, and they're going to solve as a team. So it's going to be the first time you and I have had 4 people solving.
Cool. Let's do it.
Yes, and the week after that, which is I believe December 10th.
Something like that.
I don't know. I have that, but we have John.
That's
Lithgow.
2 weeks later. But so
we have the actor John Lithgow coming up. John Lithgow is a huge solver.
He's created a crossword puzzle for the Times of
Yes, I hope you will tune in for that. At any rate, thank you so much for being here. To our new Twitch viewers, welcome and thank you for tuning in. Our stalwarts on Twitter and YouTube, we thank you again for joining us. And yes, thank you. Please check out the daily column. And, I hope you'll come there for the dad jokes and the help on solving.
Exactly.
Thanks again, Sam. This was a lot of fun.
A lot of fun, as always. Thank you, Deb. And thank you again, solvers. You have a good one. Right?
Thanks, everybody.
Yes, and thank you, Isaac, for setting up the Twitch stream. This is Deb Amlen, Sam Ezersky for the New York Times saying,